All right, hello and welcome to this very first playthrough of Return of the Obra Dinn. Last time we identified souls 43 through 51, which means we only have 9 left. And we've been able to slowly figure everyone out, although, you know what, I say figure out pretty liberally. We've been able to guess correctly a lot. A lot of just switching names around until something clicks. We've done a lot of that. Actually, we probably guessed more people like that than we have by actually putting in information that we know. So we're going to continue to do that. But I think I've been thinking about what the strategy I want to take is for these last 9. And there are some question marks about how this game is going to end, because I know some of those people, at least 2 of them, they have something to do with that chapter 8, the Lazarette thing, the bargain. And so I think we might have to leave and go down to the guy who's down here before we get all of them. But I don't know that for sure. So let's see what happens. So I think what I want to do strategy-wise is we're going to start with, there's at least, oh yeah, this guy. We don't know who this motherfucker is. But we're going to go through both memories that he is in, and we're going to see if we can figure it out. And we're going to do that for everybody. So we don't know what... Oh, shoot. We don't know what his name is, but we know that he was shot by Edward Nichols. We know that. It was an escape. We know that. We just don't know who he is. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to those 2 memories. We're going to show the memories on the deck map. We know about where he dies. We've watched that one many times. And we probably will go back to it if we can't figure it out from here. But we're going to go down here. Oh, this one? We're going to go down here, and we're going to see if we can put together any information on him at all down here. We've been to this one many times now, but... yeah. Where is this guy? He's present? There's these 3 dudes. We know who all of those guys are. We've got all those guys figured out. It's the Russian guys. We know about them. These are the Indian fellows. Or some of them. And they are all figured out as well. Who else is here? If there's another guy here, we haven't... Is it one of these guys? What? So this feels like it might be important to me then, because whatever... You're saying all of these people are present? Well, that simply isn't true. 22? It's the people in the beds. It's gotta be the people in the beds. The only thing I can think of. Well, who are these people? Because we know about these four, right? These four are the guys that we saw over there. These, these two and this guy are the ones playing cards. You're saying all of these people are present? There has never been a Oh, no, that's not true. There was that one scene on the Deep, or the Doom, where there were those three guys that got tossed overboard and you couldn't center on them. So it's talking about these dudes in the bunks. How am I supposed to get information from those guys? I guess we're on... Where are we on the ship? We're on the gun deck? No, we're on the orlop deck. So this is where... Crew... Passengers... So these are the passengers. So that's probably Bon Lim Lao, or whatever her name was. Oh no, that's... Okay, we're on the wrong side. Oh no, no. Where's my feet? Well, we know where... Okay. Oh, that's the other half of the ship. So we're facing... So right here is where these guys are. The only other thing I can think of is... Have we identified Peter already? Peter is the one who would tell Pete's mom, right? We already figured him out, right? He's one of the brothers, right? No, Peter Milroy is a midshipman. In any case, we've already figured out who he is, right? Yeah, that's the guy that got blown up. So this doesn't tell us anything, is what I've gathered about this guy. So I don't have any idea how we could figure out who he is. I don't have any idea. And I've already looked at the escape one where he gets shot a billion times, and there's no information. I've already looked at that specifically, so we're going to move on from him. Yeah, let's not use that. Let's not use that sheet. Let's just keep using the photos. Alright, what's up with you? Oh, you're one of the people that disappears. So we can't solve you. Because we don't have any idea what your fate is. Game won't give us that information yet. Everyone else here is taken care of. The rest of them are all down here. Let's go to this guy. Oh, we can't do that one because we have to figure out who this guy is. We know he fell overboard to his death. He's in 14 memories. Let's just go through them one by one. Soldiers of the Sea. Soldiers of the Sea. Let's start at the top. So we've got the Doom. We've got Unholy Captives. So Unholy Captives is the earliest one so far. More Soldiers of the Sea. Loose Cargo. Okay, so... we're going to go back to Loose Cargo. Those early scenes are good because we were talking about this last time. In the early scenes, it's before shit's really hit the fan, so people are still doing whatever their assigned job is. So it's easier to tell like what their position is at the beginning. So let's... and you know what we ought to do? You know what we ought to do? We should look at everybody that's still outstanding while we're doing this. I don't know how many of those people. It's a lot. I think it's at least 3 or 4. So we know about this. 2 people die in this incident. The guy in the barrel dies like in half a second from now. And then, of course, this guy. Samuel Peters. We know about him. And he gets killed by his brother later on. We know about that. We've already figured out who he is. I believe we figured out who he is, yep. Figured him out. We know about him. We know about him. Where's everybody else? Are they counting, like... these people, like, way up there? I mean, how do I even... we did this yesterday, I remember now, because we were trying to figure out... there's how many people present? 12? And apparently one of them is this guy. He's not Carpenter's mate. Or, I don't know. Maybe he is. Is it that guy way up there? If he is, then he's not one of the seamen. That's for sure, right? Because he's not down here. Well, that's not that's for sure. That's strong language. That's not. I wouldn't put it that way. Alright, this is what we're going to do. Everyone that we're not sure on, and at this point... what? He's the bosun's mate? He's the French guy? Topman was shot by... alright, hold on a second. He's the purser? Okay. I didn't realize I was that close. Well, hold on. So that's 3 more. Oh, we're on the home stretch. I didn't think we were that close to solving that. All right, so we got to put 3 more in. That's 52, 53, and 54. Now hold on. I want to go back and look at that again because I just took a little snapshot of the last 60 seconds. I was going to choose all of them, and that was the very first one I picked. All right, so Charles Minor fell. So he's the bosun's mate. He's a top man. Timothy Budeman, top man, was shot. So he's a top man. Why is he dressed like nobility? What is with his clothing? He looks at least as well dressed as a midshipman. He's in the back with a lot of other top men, but there's a bunch of random people back there. And he's the purser? Okay. I mean, great, but don't get me wrong, I'm very happy. I'm just a little surprised. Okay, so then there's only 6 people left. So who's left? Well, first of all, if we have this guy, then we know who shot this guy. This is Charles Minor, the Frenchman. So that doesn't make any sense, because he said, "Where's my mate?" Your mate was torn apart. But we have that he fell overboard. That doesn't make any sense. So if he's locked in, because we already knew everything else about him, he is locked in. Everybody up here is handled, except for this guy who we can't handle yet, I don't think. Who's left? Oh, there's only one page now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, just 6 people left. He is the midshipman. He, definitely is. Maybe he's the captain's steward? Well, maybe not. He might not be. So he might be the captain's steward. He might be the ship's steward. What does he look like? He doesn't look Indian. He doesn't look Swedish either. I don't know. So we've got him. He's one of the people that disappeared, so we can't do anything about him right now. This guy is the other one. We have him as the carpenter. So we know who Zungi Sathi is. We know who he is. What do we have? And we know who Perot is. And we know who Philip Dahl is. There's only 3 other people. Winston Smith, Marcus Gibbs, and Thomas Lank. Are we sure that he was spiked by a beast? I think we're pretty sure on that one, because those spikings were pretty clear. Are we sure he was knifed by... Shit. Are we sure he was knifed by William Hoskett? Yeah, we're pretty sure. And then we know that he was shot by this guy now, so that's in the bag. So there's really only 3 more people that we just don't know about. So let's just go one by one. Oh no, we don't want that. Let's start with, oh shoot. Let's start with this guy. He's in 4 memories. He's some kind of professional, it looks like. I thought he looks like the carpenter. So what are we in? We've got Unholy Captives Part 4. We haven't looked a lot at Unholy Captives. Part 3 and Part 4. Soldiers of the Sea Part 3. And Murder Part 2. So let's go look at Murder first. And then we'll look at the Unholy Captives 3 and 4. And then we'll look at Soldiers of the Sea, where he dies. So up to the top. Up to the deck. Everybody hit the motherfucking deck. Alright. So we know where this one starts. It's the one with everybody in it. A very valuable memory, by the way. We figured a lot out from this one.
You have been found guilty by self-confession of the murder of...
It's got a bunch of names in it. A lot of dialogue. It's got 3 different names in it.
As captain of this ship, and by the authority of the East India Company, and thus the Crown of England, I sentence you to death by firing line.
I mean, and it's still got another name in it, because they talk about the gunner, right? Mr. Wolf, and you're ready, yeah. This thing is chock full of information. The carpenter is this guy, right? So, how is he dressed? And who is he standing around? He's kind of by himself. Right? What is his ethnicity? He could either be American... Or no, we know who the Swedish guy is. He's either American or English, so we're not going to be able to... He's not the carpenter, because we would have... That's what we had him at as... He's got to be the carpenter's mate. Yes! 2 more? Oh, that's interesting. So he's the carpenter's mate. And yes, we knew about that one. So now what? So that's 56. Who's left? Martin Perot, we know that he's got something's up with him. Winston Smith, the carpenter. Philip Dahl, we know, is unknown. And Thomas Lank, the midshipman. So, Thomas Lank and Winston Smith, we probably just need to switch them, I bet. He doesn't look like a midshipman. Okay, so he must be the carpenter. Which would make him the midshipman, which is what we've always thought, right? Who's left? We know Martin Perot is the third mate. We know that he is this guy. We know that for an absolute fact. They give his name multiple times, plus he's the only other guy in a hat. We know what his deal is. We know. So we must have a detail wrong about one of the guy's deaths. So let's just do it upright. We're going to go to this gentleman. He's in 8 memories. Let's show them. So he's in murder. Is he in anything before murder? Soldiers of the Sea. Soldiers of the Sea, Soldiers of the Sea. He's in Soldiers of the Sea a lot. Unholy Captives. And then he dies in part 8 of Soldier of the Sea. Soldiers of the Sea. So we're in the right memory. This is the first memory he's in. He's standing right here. He's a black guy, so he has got to be. I mean, Winston Smith is the most black American name. Is that racist? I mean, and where's the other guy? This guy. He's with the other midshipmen. Are they not in this memory? Oh, they're back here. Oh, that's a steward. No, they're not. Okay, so then if I go to... Sorry. If I go to... This is Murder, Part 3. Oh, I guess it's Part 2. Okay. 28 others were present. Okay, it does not show that they were present here. So he's not in this one. Winston Smith, man. Makes a lot more sense to me. He looks like a carpenter. The way he's dressed. Was he not spiked? Makes a lot more sense than midshipman from England. That's got to be right. It's got to be right. It's gotta be. So, let's leave this memory. That's the first one. It doesn't really tell us much that we don't already know, like what he's wearing and where he's standing and all that stuff. He's in plenty of memories. That was the first one. And then he's in Soldiers of the Sea a bunch. And he's also in Unholy Captives. And then he dies in Soldiers of the Sea. In the Bosun's Store. Oh, his body is moved after he's... Oh! He's that guy that we had trouble defining how he died. So maybe that's what the problem is. We could also say that he was... Oh, I bet this is going to fix it. So he was... What do we have? Spiked? We could also say he was clawed, which is what we originally had him at. And before I do all this, this guy is set up the way we want him, right? Okay. Because otherwise it won't click. So we tried to say he was clawed. We could say that he was crushed by a beast. We could say he was decapitated. He wasn't drowned. Eaten. Cannibalized. Devoured, yeah. Okay, it changes. That's interesting. He expired from old age. We could say... No, he didn't. We could say he fell down the stairs. It doesn't make any sense. Speared by a terrible beast. Spiked. Strangled by a beast. Struck. No. Torn apart? Oh, come on, dude. Come on, dude. I'm sticking with spiked. Let's go look at his other... I mean, we're making good time. Let's go look at his other... We need to look at Unholy Captives. Part 3 and Part 4. Let's go look at those. He's either American or English, right? We don't need to click on everybody. Don't do that. You know what this guy looks like. Just... There he is. Where is he coming from? What is this? Carpenter! He's definitely the carpenter. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, so he is the carpenter. There's no doubt about it. I haven't ever noticed any of that stuff. So then we must have this guy's thing wrong. How he perished must be wrong. Escaped Part 6. Tell Pete's mother I tried my best to pull him back to save him. Right, this one is a tricky one. Because we had to... So that's... We should have figured him out a long time ago. But that's definitive evidence. He's holding a hammer. He's walking out. He's in the room, the carpenter's room, with the carpenter's mate. Honestly, I should have figured that out. Well, I guess it doesn't say carpenter. Oh, yeah, it does! Carpenter's shop! Escape Part 6. We're so close. We must have something wrong with this guy's... the nature of his death.
Oh no! You're cut!
Don't leave me.
Bear up, son. I'll stay with you.
Tell Pete's mother I tried my best
Aye.
to pull him back to save him.
You tell her yourself. Brennan! Bring the surgeon's kit!
Okay. Right. Oh! I remember. There is some mystery to this one. We don't know for a fact that William Hoscott killed him. We should just try everybody in these. Lewis Walker and Henry Brennan. Is there anyone else that's present? Why does it say that Hoska is... Oh, wait a minute. Is this Hoska? Wait, where is he? Because if that's the case, then we definitely have it wrong. Okay. If he's helping him. So, we have Henry Brennan. Yeah, we definitely have this one wrong. This is what the problem is. Lewis Walker and Henry Brennan. Let's try both of those guys. We definitely have this guy right? As long as spiked is acceptable. So whoever killed him... Okay, so this is what we need to do. We need to play through... This is Soldiers of the Sea Part 6. Or, I'm sorry, Escape Part 6. We need to play through it. We need to do Escape Part 5. See all the people that are in that one. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. This is Escape Part 6. Here's Escape Part 5. Yeah, we've done this before, trying to figure out who killed this guy. And that guy was looking at him before he was knifed. Like, he looked like he was going for him. But now I realize that's the guy who's trying to help him now. That doesn't make any sense. Alright, 5 and 4 are right here. So let's look at 5. At this point, he's crawling on the ground. He's already been knifed. But maybe somebody's running away that we didn't see. Right? There's a lot going on here. Everything is falling apart at this point. So he's already been... oh no, he's over here. Who knifed you? I mean, it's definitely a knife, right? Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He was knifed. Here comes Hoskett, so we know about that. John Davies? Maybe Brennan clubbed him because Davies stabbed him? Fuck you. This game has some decent music. It really is pretty good. It sets the mood very well. Alright, let's look at this one.
Captain Cannon. You have a plan? Yes. Take ship and sail east. Trade regiment ships for gold. Mutiny! Mutiny!
This is not him. This is somebody else, right? Okay, so I'm hearing more there than I heard before. This guy was stabbed first, and then there was a struggle for the gun, and the gunner's mate was shot. By John Davies. Oh. Maybe Olus stabbed him. Oh, that's gotta be it, right? Let's go! All currently solvable fates correct. Let's go. Let's go. We finally got there. So that's 58. There are 2. We know of the 2 that aren't available. So that means it's time to go, right? That means it's time to go. There's nothing left to do on the Obra Dinn. At least for now, right? We don't know what this... I have no idea how this last chapter is going to play out. But we're getting on the boat now. We are now going to get on the boat. It's worth noting, I have not used a walkthrough once for this game. I have figured everything out on my own. And I had no idea what anyone's fate was when I started the game. I didn't even know that this was what we were going to be doing. Give me just a second. All right. Sorry, kid needed something. All right. We are leaving. We are leaving the Obra Dinn. I don't know what's going to happen now. Are we going to flash back to the boat? Does the bargain take place elsewhere? Why is Henry Evans even keeping this from us? He was the doctor. What role does he have in this that we don't understand as the doctor? We have a lot of, I have many questions.
We should go. Storm's nearly about, so we won't be coming back.
I'm ready.
Finally.
Yeah, I know.
So you don't fall out.
I know, it did take us a while. It certainly took us, I bet it definitely took us longer than 8 hours. I haven't looked at... The how long to beat time for this game is 8 hours. There's no way. Well... Maybe like 9.5. Well, plus this one, so it's going to be probably close to a little over 10 total. That's a guess, based on some really quick math, but not too much later. It's just taken me longer to beat this game because I haven't had a lot of time lately to play. 1 week later, the Honorable East India Company Insurance Assessment for the Good Obra Dinn Victims of Calamitous Events at Sea prepare with the Company Office of Investigation. 23 pages, Jesus Christ. The ship claimed 20,000. All cargo lost. 5,000. Payout claim for restitution. 3,000. Captain Robert Witterell, fate, suicide by gun, criminal findings, murder of crewmate, estate forfeited. Estate fined. Attempted mutiny, oh I see, okay, so this is... Findings of merit, extraordinary valor, exceptional performance of duties. Okay. So this is just our audit. Is it going to go through every single person? Preliminary draft of this assessment has been approved by the Royal Trade Guarantor. Total claim 29,260 pounds. On behalf of the Honorable East India Company, I certify all statements as accurate and declare this matter closed in its entirety. Chief Inspector. I mean, we did everything we could have done. Those numbers aren't going to change depending on like how fast we did it or anything, is it? The pocket watch remains in your possession. Okay. The book returns to its original owner, Henry Evans, in Morocco, as requested. Alright, so we shipped that off. Now what? Is there like a final chapter or something? One year later. Okay. Can't do anything. I can't get up or anything.
Can you believe it? A package at this hour. Oh, the thing smells just dreadful. Better you don't open it inside.
Smells dreadful.
I'll be turning in now.
Are you like my housemaid? Or my wife? It smells awful. Chief Inspector, I write to you with the unfortunate news that Dr. Evans has passed away. He succumbed to his illness shortly after receiving your package. He was very pleased with your correspondence and asked that his gratitude be expressed by returning the book to you, along with the means to complete it. As for the three of us that remain, the Obra Dinn is a distant memory and a dreadful chapter in our lives that we wish to forget. Do not write back. Regards, Jane Bird. Yeah, that checks out. The means to complete it, huh? This tale belongs to you now. Please finish it. Henry Evans. Well, I mean... how many parts are there? 5. And how are we going to finish it? Is that a monkey's paw or a human hand? It's not a monkey's paw situation. Oh! Oh, okay. Well...
Collect your things. Where's the key? To that door. Gone. There's no time. We need to go. Right. What are you up to? Nothing good.
You shot his monkey? Is it really a monkey's paw? It is. Okay, so... This is the lazarette. Right? Yes. Okay, we don't know how he died yet. Did he take the jewel? Oh, I forget that there's a... Yeah, okay. So it's gonna do the shaking thing, or... It's not the bargain, it's just bargain. It really was a monkey's paw. A friendly but not entirely pleasant monkey companion was sacrificed in the pursuit of knowledge. I can't remember, but somebody had... a monkey on there. Somebody had a monkey on their shoulder. It was in a memory. But I don't remember. I think it was early, I want to say. Wasn't in that chapter. Might have been here. Does somebody have a monkey on their shoulders? Nah. Nah. Can I even access the other memories?
A third shell.
A third shell?
Toss them all. Leave it. Help me lift this.
I thought there was only one. I didn't even know there was two. Did I miss that?
Why? Well, set you free. Give it the shell. Here. Do it. Hoist it out. To the main deck. Throw it over. Lock the door when you leave. Get the tail, boy.
We're probably going to find out who had that monkey on their shoulder here in a minute.
We return. The ship. The Obra Dinn. See it home.
Okay, so he was spiked. Still don't know how he died. Wait a minute. Is he the one with the monkey? Oh, it's not going to even let me fill out his... It should. Oh, it won't. We're not there yet. We gotta do the thing. So is this thing not dead? They're just throwing it back over. Well, whatever. Where was the monkey? So he was spiked by a terrible beast. Where's the monkey? And why did he shoot it? That's one of the monsters. That's the captain? Yeah. So that's how that one died. Does the captain have the monkey? We still don't know how he died. Okay, so there's not much to put together here. Is it not time to find out about this guy yet? Oh gosh, okay. Another monster.
Call it off, damn you! This is your Kraken! You brought it here! Send it back!
Alright. I'm ready to move forward. Only thing we don't know is how this guy died. Burned, maybe? That's how that one guy died when he opened the chest. An unholy creature's defiant shrieks were greeted with a fatal bullet. There we go. Now we can put this to rest.
What's this? Quicksilver.
Burned. It doesn't sound like fire. It sounds more like acid. Oh no, that's fire. Oh right. It's not gonna let me do it yet. This is part 1. Okay, cool. No one else was present. Obra Dinn. Let's go. Well done. All fates correct. I think I have a basic idea what the story is at this point. I think I have a pretty good idea. I didn't realize there were 3 shells. My brain's not really understanding. What? Oh, you're gonna let me leave now? Okay. Well, we did it. It's all 60. Oh, yeah, this is credits, baby. Right? It's gotta be. Is that it? Did we do it? Let's go. Let's go. Are we gonna get some credits, though? That would be nice. Yeah, let's go. All right. Holy hell. All right, first things first. The bottom center of the screen says that we have beaten 52 games in 2024 and 499 since we started doing this in 2020. Those numbers need to be updated. We've now beaten 53 games in 2024 and 500 since we started doing this in 2020. What a great 500th game. All right, let's talk about the ups and downs of the Obra Dinn, shall we? I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Let me start off by saying that I didn't give a lot of thought while I was playing this game to how I would rank it, which is almost always a good thing because it means I'm so tied up with the game that I haven't really thought about anything outside of it, and that was absolutely the case. That was absolutely the case with this game. It is so engrossing, and immersive's not quite the right word, but it is so involved that it is definitely, it's one of the few games that, like, when I wasn't playing, I had a hard time not thinking about like, when I wasn't playing, I was thinking, like as I'm going to bed, I'm like, okay, so what am I going to do tomorrow first? I got to figure out what's up with that last midshipman. Like, there was a lot of that thought in between playing sessions. I don't usually do that. I think about a lot of things gaming, but as far as, like, specifics on, like, that kind of thing, I don't think a lot about that. I think a lot about, like, where am I going to rank this game? How much do I like it? But as far as, like, those kinds of logistics, I mean, I was in it. So I was really, really involved with this game. And I did say something about 3/4 of the way through when I was playing that still rings true, in that this game reminds me of a handful of other games, and those games aren't anything like this game. Well, first of all, let's start off by saying this. What genre is this game? I've never played anything like it. It defies classification, really. It is a narrative puzzle exploration game. So when I think of that genre, I think of The Outer Wilds is the first thing I think of. And it really is a lot like that in a way. There are some very big differences. But as far as, like, trying to piece together the mystery, definitely big time Outer Wilds vibes. And Outer Wilds is one of my very favorite games of all time. So that is not a bad thing. It also made me think strangely of games like Getting Over It and Jump King. Those are tests of dexterity. This is more of a mental exercise. But it still reminded me of those games because it just throws you in with very little info and you just gotta figure your way out. And then this is not a game that you would be challenged playing a second time. And that's true with The Outer Wilds. That's true with Jump King and Getting Over It. Those games, once you've beaten them, you have figured the game out. Like, the speed runs on this game must be insane. Well, I don't even know what they would look like. But, like, there's no challenge to this game the second time around. If you go and play Elden Ring a second time, it's not like you're not going to be challenged, right? It might be easier, but this game it's all about the figuring out. And Getting Over It's kind of that way too, because, like, It took me 50 hours probably to beat that game the first time. If I went and again and played that game now, I bet I could beat it in an hour and a half. Maybe. Tops. And this game kind of feels that way because it's really all about the figuring out how to play. Jump King's kind of like that too. The last thing that this game reminded me of is Sudoku. Just the Sudoku puzzle, because it's very much one of those things where it's like, okay, mark the ones that you know first, and then work on the easier ones. And there's this the bottom right corner. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. There's nothing filled out over there. But once I fill out all this other stuff, then that last corner will start to make sense. And they're in the queue. And I wanted to write down maybes in this game. That's something that could be an improvement. If you could write down maybes in this game, if I could figure out a way to do that, that would have been nice. Like Sudoku, it's like this is either an 8 or a 9. You know, I would have been nice if I could do that. But it definitely, either way, it's whatever part of your brain that satisfies to play Sudoku is the same part of your brain with this. It's definitely like all right, let's get the low-hanging fruit first, and then we'll start with the least complicated and go back down. And I love Sudoku, or I used to. I don't really play it anymore, but I love the idea of it. And this is a really interesting way to do that kind of a puzzle, and it was really cool. I do have a couple of critiques. One we just talked about. I wish there was a way to put maybes in. Like this person is one of these. They have like unknown midshipman, unknown topman, but I would like it to go a little bit further and be like, I know this is one of these 3 people. It might be hard in the UI to make that work, but if there was a way that this guy, and this is a one-man show, I think, yeah, Lucas Pope, if he could have made that work, that would have been cool. If he ever makes another game like this, I would like that. The other one and the big one, and I get it better, I understand it better now, but I still think it could be executed better. This game has a way of rushing you along, and I don't like to be rushed when I'm trying to figure things out. There is that thing that happens when you're in a scene. It's like clockwork. About 45 seconds or so passes and before the scene closes, and then the next thing happens. It either opens up a door so we can go somewhere else, or it gives you access to another corpse that you can explore their scenario. But you don't have any control over that action. So there were a lot of times when I was like, okay, I'm ready. Like I know everything I need to know here, or I can't, or there's no way to know anything here. So I'd like to just move on. You can't hurry that action, but you also can't delay it. And there were times it's like, I just want to look and click on everybody. And then when it would rush you out of that, if 45 seconds wasn't enough for me, I'm guessing, I don't know exactly how long it is. It felt like about 45 seconds. It might have been 30. And then immediately, sometimes, it would take you to the next body where you have to at least go to the body. It throws you out of the memory. And so at that point, you're standing over the next body. So you have to go walk all the way back over to the other body, click on that if you can remember where it is. I didn't like that process. It was confusing. I don't understand why it was built like that. I understand that they're trying to tell me that there's a smarter way to play this game, that you really ought to just keep moving along. But I want to play it my way. I want to look at and click on every person and look and have access to the book during that time so that I can put it all together in my own time. And sometimes that felt like the game was rushing me, and sometimes it felt like the game couldn't move fast enough. So it just depends on the situation. And I really didn't like that. I don't like the way the game is formatted in that way. However, those 2 complaints are the only complaints that I can think of. And really, in the grand scheme of things, those are quite nitpicky. The ultimate takeaway is that this game is incredible. I love games that I can't quite put into a genre because they're always entirely unique. Because if they weren't entirely unique, they'd have a genre, or at least a subgenre. I'm surprised This game is 6 years old. I'm surprised there hasn't been another one like it, a copycat. I mean, if there's a game, I know a lot of people love this game, so why hasn't anyone tried to do this in another way yet? Maybe people are working on it. I don't know. Like, there needs to be more games like this for sure. Like, this should be a subgenre. But I love games that defy genre like that, because that means that they have just made a completely unique experience. And that's what this is. It is a completely unique experience. And it scratches that very satisfying puzzle solving itch, like kind of like a Sudoku puzzle or a crossword puzzle. We haven't even talked about the art style and the music, which are amazing. The art style, it could not have been better. I was a little skeptical for about 5 minutes. When it first came up, I was like, what is this? But it almost immediately I started to like it, and now I freaking love it. And this is a little, the art style here is a little ahead of it's a little before my time. This is like late 80s PC days, mid to late 80s. I didn't really start playing on PC until the early to mid even 90s. So this whole Macintosh art style, well, that's not true. We had a computer lab when I was in first grade that had like a lot of Apple IIs in it. So I guess this could have been like one of those, but I never played anything like this. But anyway, the art style is incredible. The music is even better. The music is so perfect to match it defines the tone of the game so very well. I really, really love the art style and the music. The fact that a single person was able to put something like this together is absolutely phenomenal. I will never do anything in my life that's as cool as this. To be able to put something like this together, I don't know how long it took him, but it is incredibly impressive, and this man deserves all the money and praise that he could possibly get. I don't know what else he's working on. I looked up his website page or something, and most of his other games are like itch.io 10-minute games or something. I think he had Papers, Please. He did Papers, Please, which I played 2 or 3 years ago, and I love that. I didn't know at the time that this was the same guy, but that's another game that really defies genre. So this guy's got some great ideas. I hope he can come up with some more, because this was an incredible experience. All in all, this game is going to rank very high because it's such a singular experience. I'm never going to forget this game in my entire life. Is it going to rank as high as Outer Wilds? No, but that's like number 5 all time. But it's going to be up there somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but this is a top 50 game, I think. And that is God tier. This is a God tier game. I'm really, really glad that I finally played it. I enjoyed it so much more than I was afraid. I was afraid I was going to hate this game, honestly. I was afraid that it was going to be one of those games that like The Outer Wilds is one of my favorite games ever, but that could have gone so horribly wrong, because that's a game that like doesn't hold your hand either. And I'm not very patient. And I tend to, one of the things that I talk about a lot, which is important to me when I'm trying to beat a game, is called a clear path to victory. When it's unclear how to proceed in a video game, I usually quit, because whatever the how long to beat time on a game is, that inflates it terribly, because it doesn't take that into account, that you might just get stuck and get completely lost and have no idea what to do. In most games, there's a quest line, there's a mission list, there's a waypoint, there's a mission marker. You know where to go, at least. It might be hard, but you know what you have to do. Games like this, that's not necessarily true. So I was worried that I wasn't going to get through this game. And I'm so glad that I finally played it and I stuck with it. There were a couple of times I was a little worried, but it never lasted for too long. The game does a good job of giving you enough information that you never really get. Or at least I never really got to a point where it was like, I have no idea what to do. That never really happened. There was always something that I could look at. All right, I'm going to shut up, but because I know this has gone on for a long time, but that was an incredible game, and I'm really, really glad that I played it. Okay. Last order of business. Return of the Obra Dinn. What a phenomenal experience this has been. But we are now going to delete you from our console and never play you again. Bye. Thank you. Much appreciated. You're the best. All right, that's it for Return of the Obra Dinn. We did it. Just brief roadmap for the next few days in case you're interested. I think I know what I'm going to play the next few games. I think I'm going to play Kirby's Dream Land 2. It's on Switch, the original Game Boy version, because that's my next Kirby game. And Kirby is the next franchise that I need to play something on, because I haven't played a Kirby game since Dream Course. Or I haven't beaten one since Dream Course. And then after that, I think I'm going to play Shadow of the Tomb Raider so I can get the reboot Tomb Raiders out of the way. And then I'm going to go back and play the old Tomb Raiders at some point. I've decided to add those to the list. But that's not coming anytime soon. So it's Kirby's Dream Land 2, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and then probably Parasite Eve 2, I think. I've been mulling around playing Parasite Eve 2 for a while because I played 1 last year, and I have 2 on my PS3, so I think I might do that. That might change. But definitely Kirby's Dream Land 2 and then Shadow of the Tomb Raider for sure. And then we'll see. There's not a new game coming out until June 18th. Still Wicks of Deep and #Blood both come out that day, so we're going to play Still Wicks of Deep, and then as soon as we beat that, we'll beat #Blood. Those both look like fairly short games. So, and then there's a bunch of game reveal stuff's coming out this week and next week, so we're probably going to fill up this thing. There's probably going to be some July releases, some August releases, some September releases, so we'll see. All right, that's it. If you're still here and you watch the whole video, or even if you watch the very end, thank you. I appreciate you. It means a lot to me. I will see you on the next one, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.